Dear students, welcome to you all. Today I am going to discuss about polar form of a complex number. Dear students, we have already seen that z equal to x plus iy can be represented by a point P having coordinates x and y in the complex plane. Suppose that angle XOP equal to theta and mod of OP, here this length, this is equal to R, which is greater than 0. So P or theta, here or theta are called the polar coordinates of the point P. Origin O is called as pole. Now in triangle OMP, cos theta equal to base by hypotenuse, that is equal to OM by OP, and this is equal to x by R. So we can say that x is equal to R cos theta. Similarly, sin theta equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse, and this is equal to y by R. So y is equal to R sin theta. Therefore, z equal to x plus iy. Here we put the values of x and y. We get z is equal to R cos theta plus I sin theta plus I R sin theta. Here we have taken R as a common. So finally we get z is equal to R cos theta plus I sin theta. And this is called the polar form or trigonometric form or modulus amplitude form of z. In triangle OMP, by Pythagoras theorem, OP square, here OP square equal to OM square plus EMP square, that is R square is equal to x square plus y square, and R equal to square root of x square plus y square, and here already we know this is the value of modulus of z, modulus of complex number. So this is equal to mod of z, which is called modulus of z. Already we know. Here theta is called the argument or amplitude of z, and we write argument of z equal to theta or amplitude of z is equal to theta. Dear students, the value of theta which is such that minus pi less than theta less than or equal to pi is called the principal argument of z. Now we will discuss about method for finding the principal argument of a complex number. Case first, when z equal to x plus iy lies on one of the axes, means either z lies on x axis or z lies on y axis. When z is purely real, then z lies on the x axis. Here purely real means the imaginary part of z is 0. In that case, z lies on x axis. And in this case, if x greater than 0 means purely real, if real part which is greater than 0, this is implied that theta equal to 0. And what is theta? Here theta is called the argument or amplitude of the given complex number. So if x greater than 0, theta equal to 0, and if x less than 0, in that case theta equal to pi. Dear students, here if x greater than 0, what is the meaning? Meaning of that is if z lies on positive side of the x-axis, in that case theta equal to 0. And what is the meaning of x less than 0? That is if z lies on negative side of the x-axis, and in this case theta equal to pi. B. When z is purely imaginary. Purely imaginary means if real part is 0, in that case z lies on the y-axis. If y greater than 0, implies that theta is equal to pi by 2. Here y greater than 0, what is the meaning? If z lies on the y-axis and above the x-axis. Here y greater than 0, the meaning is if z lies on the y-axis and above the x-axis. In that case theta equal to pi by 2. Second, if y less than 0, in this case theta is equal to minus pi by 2. Here y less than 0, it means if z lies on the y-axis and below the x-axis. In this case theta is equal to minus pi by 2. Here case second, when z equal to x plus iy does not lie on any axis, means neither on x-axis nor on y-axis, meaning of that is lies in any one of the quadrants. In this case we use step 1, compare the given complex number with x plus iy and find the quadrant in which it lies. Means we find that the given complex number in which quadrant lies. Step 2, find modulus of z, and this is equal to r, and this is equal to square root of x square plus y square to get the modulus of the z. Here in step 1 we compare the given complex number with x plus iy, and on the basis of comparison we find that the given complex number lies in which quadrant. Step 3, write tan alpha, and this is equal to modulus of imaginary part of z by real part of z, and it is denoted by mz and rz here. So modulus of imaginary part of complex number by real part of complex number, and this is also equal to mod of y by x. Find alpha, and after that we find the alpha. After this, find principal argument, that is theta, according to the following scheme. Here, if the given complex number lies in first quadrant, in this case theta is equal to alpha, and here we can easily understand from figure 1 here. Here theta is equal to alpha, and if the given complex number lies in second quadrant, in that case principal argument, that is theta is equal to pi minus alpha, and we can see from figure second here this is theta is equal to pi minus alpha, this is alpha. So what is the value of this? This is theta, here anti-clockwise direction, so this is positive, theta is equal to pi minus alpha. And if the given complex number lies in third quadrant, in that case principal argument of z, that is theta is equal to minus pi minus alpha, means alpha minus pi, and we can see easily from figure 3. Here this is alpha and here this is clockwise direction. So in the case of clockwise direction, the angle will be with negative sign. So here this is alpha, so what is the value of this? Theta is equal to minus pi minus alpha. And if the given complex number lies in fourth quadrant, in that case theta is equal to minus alpha, which we can see easily from figure 4. Here this is minus alpha because this is clockwise direction, the movement of a ray in clockwise direction, so this angle is minus alpha. In this case the principal argument, that is theta is equal to minus alpha. Now we will discuss about the solution of the questions of exercise 5.2 from NCERT. Question number 2, here z, this is small z, equal to minus root 3 plus I. Find the modulus and the arguments of the given complex number. Here this is argument. To find the solution, given that z is equal to minus root 3 plus I, so what is the modulus of z is equal to square root of x square plus y square. Here x is minus root 3 and y is 1. So square root of minus root 3 square plus 1 square, and you will get 4, and this is equal to root 4 is equal to 2. Let alpha be the acute angle given by tan alpha is equal to, already we have discussed above, imaginary part of complex number by real part of complex number, and this is equal to mod of y by x. So here x is equal to minus root 3 and y is equal to 1. Also we can say that real part of this, real part is minus root 3 and imaginary part is 1 here. So this is modulus of 1 by minus root 3, and this is equal to 1 by root 3 because this is modulus value, so this will be positive. In this case here this is equal to tan pi by 6. Already we know that tan pi by 6 equal to 1 by root 3. So here if we compare, we get alpha is equal to pi by 6. Since z is equal to minus root 3 plus I is represented by the point Pxy, here x is minus root 3 and y is 1, so it is represented by a point P having coordinates minus root 3 1, which lies in the second quadrant. Already we know in second quadrant x is negative and y is positive. So in that case argument of the given complex number equal to theta is equal to pi minus alpha. Already we have discussed above. If the given complex number lies in second quadrant, in that case principal argument, that is theta is equal to pi minus alpha, and this is equal to pi minus pi by 6, and this is equal to 5 pi by 6. Hence, the modulus of the given complex number z equal to 2 and the argument of z equal to 5 pi by 6, that is also called theta equal to 5 pi by 6. Question number 7. Convert the given complex number in the polar form, and complex number is root 3 plus I. To find the solution, first you suppose that here the given complex number equal to root 3 plus I. Here, dear student, this is small z, and this is equal to root 3 plus I, and we can find the modulus of z, that is also equal to r, and this is equal to 2. The polar form of z is given by, already we have discussed above, the polar form can be represented by z is equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta. This is taken as 1. And here, suppose that alpha be the acute angle. In that case, tan alpha is equal to imaginary part of complex number by real part of complex number, and this is also equal to modulus of y by x, and here y is 1, x is equal to root 3, so we can write mod of 1 by root 3, and this is equal to 1 by root 3, and this is the value of 10 pi by 6. In this case, alpha is equal to pi by 6. Since z is equal to root 3 plus I, here x is positive and y is positive, meaning of that is this complex number lies in first quadrant, and it is represented by the point P having coordinates root 3 and 1. And if the given complex number lies in first quadrant, in that case theta equal to alpha, means argument of z or amplitude of the given complex number equal to theta equal to alpha, which we have discussed above, and this is equal to pi by 6. Thus, modulus of z equal to 2, and also it is denoted by r, and argument of z equal to theta equal to pi by 6. So, we can write the given complex number in the polar form, that is z is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta from 1 here, and this is implies that z is equal to r is 2 here. Cos theta is pi by 6, so z is equal to 2 into cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6. Hence, the required polar form is z is equal to 2 cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6. Dear students, remaining questions of this exercise, that is exercise 5.2, are homework from NCERT. Thank you.